subject is one that's near and dear to my heart because I've been in the business for almost 30 years. And about 5 years ago, well, a little bit less than 5 years ago, I was at a point where it was just really getting boring and overwhelming. And, whenever you stop loving something, like every little thing seems like too much. And that's the way it had become for me. Y'all, this business is not exactly easy. So, and about that same time, the world was changing because we were going through COVID. And fortunately for me, um, I had signed up to go to a speaking coaching event over a weekend, and it kept getting canceled because of COVID or postponed. And I got a hold of the guy that was going to be teaching the event, and he was willing to take me on as a just one-on-one coaching, which was the one thing that really changed how I do business and really how I live life. And I think what was craziest when looking back, the one thing that made the biggest difference for me was him giving me permission to do business the way I enjoy doing business, instead of doing business the way that everybody says that you need to do business. I mean, you watch influencers on social media, or you go to a speaking event and they tell you how to do business, and you change up the way you're doing business because that's how this person said to do business. And it's really easy to get distracted and confused about how you should be doing business. And so for him to even give me permission to really do business the way I want to do business, the way I feel led to do business. And I'll have to be honest, like last night, I even called one of my, a guy that I coach with, and I was like, man, we're on these coaching calls and everybody keeps talking about, you got to do it this way. You got to do it this way. You got to do it this way. And sometimes I still get in my head about how I need to be doing business. And whenever you feel like you need to do something, it becomes an obligation, right? Instead of I want to do business. I want to do business this way. And so him just number one, giving me permission. Number two, challenging me to sit down and write down all of the things that I enjoy about the business. What are the things I love doing? And you guys are even at a better position than we are on the mortgage side, kind of, sort of. But y'all get to decide if you want to do, if you prefer to be on the seller side of transactions, or if you prefer to be on the buyer side. And then even at that, you have residential and you have commercial, you have land, you have farm and ranch, you have like so many different ways that you can do business. And when you get real clear, now when you're brand new to the business, you need to like almost try it all just to see what really works best for you. But after you've been doing it for a little while and you've talked to enough different people and you've tried a lot of different ways or the different people to work with, you get a lot more clear if you'll just pause and reflect on when did I feel great about what I do for a living. And that really takes a pause moment. It really takes pulling yourself away from the busyness of life and just asking yourself these questions. So Passion to Profits just came as Yvette and I were talking. Yvette from Paragon, she's a great real estate coach. And we had this conversation several times about how we get so wrapped up with you need to do it this way, or you should do it this way, instead of really stepping back and going, who am I as a person? Who do I enjoy working with? And how do I build a business and life around that? And so Passion to Profits was something that she and I did as a 6 weeks series. We met at a tea room in the mornings, and we just really helped others. We sat around a table, had tea in the mornings and some pastries, and just really helped everybody think about what it is in life they enjoy doing. Who in life do they enjoy being around? And how do you build a business and a life around that? Because if you're excited and you show up every day with that excitement and you're passionate about who you're serving, then it's just, you attract more of that. And it's just a lot more fun to do business that way. And so I'm giving you permission the same way it was given to me to really step back and figure out who it is that you enjoy doing business with. And what is it that you enjoy doing? If money was not an object, like you had enough of it, you didn't have to worry about making money to pay the bills and pay for this business, what would you do? How would you spend your time? You'd coach realtors? I love it. Why?
I like developing
the processes and systems.
The whole processes, the systems, how to treat each other, how to manage themselves or not left in the weeds, and how to be respectful for everything.
I love that.
That would be my job.
You would coach and teach processes and systems and really help them kind of step back and look at the big picture and really, how do I want to serve others? Like, what does that mean? I love that. There is such a need for that. How many of you guys would love to have someone help you like totally tear how you do business apart and create a process and a system to be better and more efficient at doing what it is that you love to do? So what's stopping you?
I'm actually starting to do that right.
Good. Because there's a need for that. Good. Good.
I love it.
And without processes and systems, you're not building a sustainable business.
No, I think that the clients much bigger chance of walking away and bad mouthing more workers.
Right. Processes and systems will make or break your business. To be able to say, when I get a phone call, I do this, and then I put this information here, and I'm going to follow up in this way. And then whenever I'm showing property, every single time I'm going to go over this, and this with the buyer and explain that whole process. And then as we're looking at houses, I'm going to do a house assessment every single time. And this is what it's going to look like. Like being able to set up those systems and having someone help you. How many people would love that? I love it. I'm glad you're doing it. Who else wants to share with us what it is that you love about the business? Carla, I'm going to share your story, okay? So Carla went through the Passion to Profit series, the 6-week series. And what was really cool is one of them, I won't share a name because I don't have permission, but she's like, I don't like working with the buyers and sellers, but I love doing the paperwork part of transactions. And then we're all like in these 2 tables full of women, and an event said, well, how many of you guys hate the paperwork part of it? And everybody raises their hands, and we're like, well, then why don't you do the transaction part for people? Like, if that's what you love, you see there's a need for it. So that's the part of real estate that you should be doing. And then Carla really likes gathering women, or creating that safe space for women to be, and empowering and just supporting women by just showing up for them. And so she put together her Ladies of Texoma. And at the time, she was just meeting, she would just post on Facebook that she was going to be here at this place at this time. And it was once a month or once a week? Once a month, wasn't it?
At that time, it was just kind of random.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just kind of random, but it ended up being maybe once every couple of months. And it wasn't real successful.
So, but she really felt a need to support women in the community. And so since then, she now has this highly successful group that meets once a week at the coffee shop. So it's that consistency of the same place, same time, same day of the week. And it's called No Agenda Coffee, because literally there's no agenda other than just to show up and love and support each other. And what's been beautiful about that is now it's this huge Facebook group that's how many members now?
It's about 2,600 now.
2,600 women loving and supporting each other through this Facebook group and meeting up at the coffee shop. But what's really cool is that women have taken, she's encouraged and led by example for them to do what they're passionate about. And so I've seen one lady who was passionate about, what was that? Y'all just did a planting event.
There was a gardening event where they did like a plant exchange. We've got one lady that teaches crochet. We've got one lady that has cards at her house every week. We have, gosh, there's so many. We have
Yes.
so many events. We have people that just meet at the movie theater to go to the movies like once every couple of weeks.
So she's turned her passion for loving and supporting women into this gigantic group of women that show up for each other. Is that a way for her to do business? Is it attracting more of the people that she wants to be around? Absolutely. And you know what was great about that passion of profits is giving each other permission to do more of what you love to do. So I'm going to come back to you guys and write down, what is it I love to do? When I don't have anything else going on, what is my go-to activity? And who is it I love to be around? Ashley's gone through something similar at Better Homes and Garden. Has that helped you, given you permission to do more of the things that you enjoy doing and serving those that you enjoy serving? And I've seen your confidence build in that. I mean, you show up with a smile and you're just relaxed and confident. And so when you're doing more of the things that you love doing with the people that you enjoy doing it with, there is a confidence about you, and people can feel it, and they can see it, and they can hear it. And it makes them want to be around you more. And it makes them want to invite people to come be with you too, so they can have those same feelings. So that's what Passion to Profits, that's where it all started. And I'm going to share some slides with you guys, so I'm not forgetting anything. There is, I'm going to move this down here. You guys on Zoom, I won't be able to see you. So if you have anything to say, just unmute yourself and share it, because this is a collaboration here. All right. So finding your why is the first step. So write that down, because I actually have 2 workbooks that I wrote that will help you with all of these things that we're going to talk about, if you really want to pause and sit down and work through them. And you can do them a couple of different ways. I can share that link. You just need to shoot me an email or let me know that you would like the workbooks. But I did one of them just to get more clear on personally, what is it that I enjoy in life, and who do I enjoy being around, and what is my passion, what is my purpose in life. And then the second workbook I wrote for business. So you can take all that you discovered about yourself when you do the personal workbook and work on it from a business standpoint, even getting more clear about what your values are. Because if you design your business that aligned with your values, and you get real clear about what it is in life that you're wanting to achieve and accomplish. I mean, when you're dead and gone, how do you want to be remembered? If you really reverse engineer into how you live your life now, based on how you want to be remembered when you're dead and gone, you probably do things a lot different than you're doing right now, right? And it takes a little bit of time to sit still with yourself and really figure that out. But at the end of the day, that's what really matters. How did you impact lives? How do you want to impact lives? And what do you need to be doing today in order to impact lives the way you want to impact lives? It forces you to be more intentional about how you spend time and how you do business and who you spend your time with. When you care more about how you impact lives, rather than just showing up. So getting really clear about your why is the first step. Now, that realtor brand, that authenticity, it happens when you understand what is my unique value proposition. What do I, Ashley, you are different than Rebecca. In the way you talk to people, speak to people, show up, the way you problem solve is all going to be based on who you are and what your past is and how you're framing where they're coming from based on your past experience, right? What you've gone through and the challenges and the things that you've overcome makes you unique. And so when you're working with clients, you show up different, you problem solve different. The advice that you give them is going to be different because that's what makes you unique. So what is your unique value proposition? What is it that makes you different than the others with the license? Because I mean, you guys, there's a lot of you out there. And there's enough business for everybody, but you got to be clear on what it is that makes you unique. And then once you have a clear understanding of what makes you unique, what is your niche? Who's your target audience based on who you are and who you enjoy serving? Who is that for you? Anybody want to share on Zoom? Who's your target audience? Who do you like working with? You guys are quiet today. Lacey, who is it for you?
First-time home buyers.
First-time home buyers. All right. So if first-time home buyers is your thing, then all of the research, all of the stats, like you should know how many first-time home buyers are there right now that are looking for houses. What are the struggles that they have? What are the biggest challenges that they have as first-time home buyers? Money, right? They don't have money out of pocket. A lot of times they're struggling with credit because they're younger. They may have made some, lack of understanding on how credit works. They might have made some decisions that they're paying for now. Job stability, because a lot of times as a first-time home buyer, you're typically younger and you hadn't really figured out what it is that you want to do for a living. That takes a while. What are some of the other challenges? Budget. So if you understand who it is that you like to work with, if you're going to work with first-time homebuyers, typically you like to be a teacher, right?
I was gonna say, I was gonna share why I like first-time.
Yeah, come on up here and share it.
So first-time home buyers typically are the harder of the clients, but I like doing first-time home buyers because I like to teach about credit and like get people to understand, like, even if you've made bad decisions, you can change it, you can fix it. You just need somebody that can kind of point you in the right direction. But then also being creative on closing funds, because closing funds is a big challenge for first-time home buyers. So being able, that's what stops a lot of first-time home buyers. So being able to have options and creativity and like that problem solving. I like to problem solve. So I like to be difficult. So problem solving is like a really good skill of mine. So I think that it helps first-time home buyers a lot and being creative. So that's kind of why I like first-time.
Well, and I look at you and just knowing your story, I think you like to give people hope.
Yeah.
Because
actually, that's a big part of it.
I mean, you just going through what you have in life.
Yep.
You like to give people hope.
Yep. And I've always said I'm the greatest cheerleader. So like I can be the greatest cheerleader for somebody that you would think that would never need a cheerleader, never want a cheerleader, people that are difficult. And I'm like, no, you got this. Like, let's do this. And the follow-up and the, kind of hand holding, but also being real and not babying them, but also allowing them to be like, okay, I see, if I do this, this will happen. So it's that coaching, it's that hope, it's that, being that
creative and
yeah.
So think about, what is my unique value proposition? What is it that I enjoy doing? What makes me different? For me, I like working with move up buyers because they have cash to work with, and I can help them make some long-term decisions. They've got their first house out of the way. They're not nervous, and I can show them how to help their money make money. I like wealth building. I like looking at the long term. Where do you want to be 70? When you're 70 years old, what does that real estate journey look like? And how does this next step help you to get there? So I like the move up buyers. But that's partly an age thing for me, because I know I am where I am financially today because of real estate decisions I've made along the way. And so what makes you unique, and who is your ideal target audience, and how do you market to those people? Well, you market to them by understanding what their problems and challenges are, and by providing solutions. We're going to talk about video marketing, but that is the biggest, best way for you guys to build your own authentic brand, being more of who you are. You can stay up here,
Well,
Lacey,
I
if
just
you want.
realized I was sitting in front of the screen, so
Oh.
I just moved
Oh.
over a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait.
So marketing authentically, this is really important, because telling people who you are and what it is that you enjoy, who it is that you enjoy working with, and what it is that you enjoy doing in life is just being yourself. And that's what we want more of. I was talking to a friend of mine that was talking about doing podcast. And the last time she tried doing a podcast, she never got any further than just a couple of recordings, and she never would post them because she was so worried about being perfect and practiced. What people want more of is just you being you, because it gives them permission to be themselves, right? So promoting yourself and being just yourself is a big deal. Again, we're going to talk about that on video. And that's a big part of it. The community connection. And this is what I love about what Carla has created. So she's taken what it is that she enjoys. She loves supporting women. And loving and supporting women for her meant creating a community of connection, right? So there's so many ways for us to either create something, or there are so many organizations already out there that you can plug into that is authentic and true to who you are. And by you showing up and you promoting it, right now, the extra money, we don't have pockets full of money right now, right? And so there's other ways that you can support these organizations. You can support them with your influence by sharing your enthusiasm for them, or sharing the fact they even exist. Lasagna Love, never even heard of them before. Ashley said something about it. And how cool is that? Where people are coming together and just making a one dish casserole for them, for their family, and making an extra one to share with others. I wouldn't have known about that if Ashley wasn't passionate about helping people in that capacity, and she shared that information. So finding your people and creating a community of connection is one way for you to brand and build your business authentically. And then talking about it, that digital presence, when you create what it is that you want more of in your business, get online and share it with others. Lacey and I were talking about this the other day. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in how many likes or comments you get on something that you share. Well, if you pay attention to the meta and you just look at the analytics, one post, if only 50 people saw that post, that's 50 more people than would have seen or heard about whatever it is that you're talking about if you didn't share it all. And if you did that 2 or 3 times a week, what is 50 times 3 times 52 weeks in a year? That's a lot of people that saw your message, right? So don't get so wrapped up in the numbers and really think about the impact you're making, even if something in your mind wasn't successful. If it was 5 people, 5 times 3 times 52 is what? That's still a lot of people that saw your message and saw what you believe in and what you're passionate about. So get on social and talk about the things that you love.
Right, and it's that the more people see you, the more you're gonna come to mind.
It's top of mind.
Top of mind.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Being top of mind.
Yeah.
It's the whole, our brain is set up for patterns, right?
Mhm.
And so the top of mind works because it creates a pattern. They see a name with a face. And if you're authentic about, I mean, if you're consistent with the authenticity of your message, that will create another pattern too.
And I know we haven't quite, I mean, we're not totally on video marketing yet, but I do want to share something that like I've
Get
done.
close enough here.
Okay. That share something about digital presence is when did Kyle Draper come? About a month ago.
Mhm.
So it's about a month ago. Kyle Draper came and talked, and he was like, just post, just whatever, just post. Don't think about it, whatever, and use your stories. And I was not really leveraging my Facebook story. I was like, it goes away, like whatever. But a lot more people look at Facebook stories than you think. So I made a deal with myself that I'm going to post once a day, every single day. It can be work, personal, it could be inspirational, it can be anything, right? Just once a day post, because the more you post, the more you're going to, in the analytics, other people are going to see. So when I started posting once a day, I was like posting like 3 times a day to begin with. Now, right now, I'm like, okay, it's really hard to get that once a day, but once a day we're doing it. So, anyways, at first I was getting like, because you guys know you can see views on stories, right? Okay, so anyways, you can see your views. So at first I was getting like 15 views, 20 views before it expired. Now, almost every single post I have is 80 to 90, if not almost 200 views on every single story. And that's been a month. Some stories obviously aren't going to get as much engagement.
Get a picture. I was going to post it on stories.
Yeah, but some stories don't get as much engagement, and that's gonna happen. You post something that doesn't go to as many people, right? But that's an opportunity for you to post fun facts, for you to post things about your life, like, hey, I just made this lasagna or this casserole for lasagna love. You could post that. How many times do you think you do that a month?
Well, I do one lasagna a month.
Okay.
I've only posted about it.
Okay, so you could turn that into 5 posts. So making the lasagna, cooking the lasagna, little selfie with the lasagna, delivering, because you bring the lasagna somewhere, right? Bring the lasagna, and then a little story about why you love doing it. So that's 5 posts from one situation. Kyle Draper told us one thing is every single day you should pick a day. Say Thursday at 10 a.m. You're going to stand up, you're going to walk around, you're going to walk outside, walk inside, wherever you're at 10 a.m. and just take pictures of random things, pictures of yourself, take little videos of like, okay, this is my, I can't even think off the top of my head, but just little tidbits. And then you have a little log to be able to then post in the future, because just because it happened right now, nobody else knows that it happened right now and not a week from now. And that was something that resonated really big time with me, is you're like, man, I wish I would have posted this. We'll go recreate it and post it later, because you're the only one that knows that it happened in the past. So that's just what I wanted to add about the stories and the views, because that does make a big difference.
It does. Consistency really does matter on the views. What I love about we're gonna address that in a second, Sheila. The consistency matters. So what's great about stories is that all you're doing is posting a video or a picture, and you can do that 3 or 4 times a day. And then that way, whenever someone runs across your name and they see something of interest, they'll click on that, and maybe a couple of the pictures that you posted for the day will just string through there. Well, how cool is that if you take pictures of you guys, when y'all show up here, y'all should be taking pictures in front of that sign or somewhere around here and go, continuing education today. Excited about what I'm going to learn today, whatever it is. Show people what a day in the life of a realtor is, because they think y'all's job is like super easy. Anybody can do it. Y'all make quick, easy money. Show them what it looks like to be a realtor by just taking pictures throughout the day. Do that a couple of times a day. I mean, you guys are running around like crazy all the time. Let me go over to these chats. That digital presence, and the thing about stories is that they're going to be more authentic because you're not worrying about a fancy post. You're just taking pictures and posting.
They share your thoughts now. On Messenger.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
I've had a couple of new clients come from that.
From the share your thoughts.
Yeah, like I put what I did about first time home buyer, programs and stuff, and I asked them how. I've got a new client.
Yeah, because they have that.
Text that message
Yeah.
and ask me how.
That Stories has, a lot of people don't know.
4 hours.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know that Stories, you can have like these custom stickers that you can put and it like tags yourself or your company, or you can do polling questions. Like, there's a lot of options in Stories that people don't realize that helps to like grow that engagement. And just one a day, that's so easy. It literally takes 5 seconds,
Yeah,
right?
I did it like 5 seconds this morning.
5
It says-
seconds.
Right now it says want to turn full sell into sold, asking me how.
Yep. So
It just
what
keeps that presence.
Ashley and Lacey are talking about is just Ashley's having a lot of success just sharing, where you have share your thoughts. And she's been sharing information about first-time homebuyers in there and actually has received leads off of it. And that's the whole thing, is whenever you're sharing your heart and who it is that you love to serve, and you're talking about the challenges that they have, people will start messaging you because they feel like you get them, you understand. And they'll start messaging you, and that starts a conversation. And then it's just a matter of following up with that conversation and having a process and a system for putting them into your CRM and not forgetting them. Because they reached out and said, hey, I'd like to like turn that conversation, get them into your CRM. And the whole goal is to schedule a face-to-face with them, maybe to go have a cup of coffee or meet them at their parking lot at work while they're on their lunch break and sit outside while the weather is nice and just have a conversation about what their dreams and goals are. And so it's showing up, showing people who you are, and creating conversation that then you have a contact now and you have a conversation. Now it's just nurturing that conversation. Yes, Sheila, Kyle is, if you will get his book, Rethink Everything you know about social media. He's got a fabulous book. It looks like this, except it's purple. He's got a sequel to it, and I actually got to write a chapter in his newest book. But if you will read his book, you'll get what Carla's talking about. And then the biggest thing is just do it. You just have to get over your fear of what do I look like? What do I sound like? Well, you look and you sound just exactly like you do in person. I mean, right?
Get that permission to say, because I'm one of those that are like, if we have to be perfect, but they keep running through my head. It doesn't have to be perfect.
No.
Don't go back and watch it.
No. And that is the biggest thing.
It's like, okay, I hit it. It's like, no, just hit send or post or whatever it is and let it go.
Yeah, and think about it too. We get distracted with social media. It's perfect, right? Well, when you're in person, you're meeting with clients and you're meeting with potential people that they're seeing how you really are, which is great. Everybody, is great in their
Get
own
closer.
way. Sorry, actually, let me come over here. Everybody's great in their own way, right? So they're gonna see you as you, not you on social media. Like, I mean, they will, but do you get what I'm saying? Like, they're not
Two different people.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
That's fake.
I thought you were glamour. Now you're in your Cardinal shirt because you just came from a game.
Person, you're like,
Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
Your voice is gonna be the same, and
And that's the whole back to patterns, right? Your brain, if you are too polished on your video and on your pictures, and then they see you in person, their minds are automatically like, they may not even hear the first couple of sentences that you said because they're still trying to reconcile with the, who are you? Wait, you look familiar,
create a lack of
right?
trust.
It's a, yes, it's a,
It can create a lack of trust, and also you could be too worried of like, I can't go meet this client because I have to do my hair and I have to do my makeup and I have to, be all glamored out because that's what I present on social media. So you are wasting a lot of time trying to be that perfect.
Mhm.
It's the same thing you post, just post.
Yep.
Just,
for those of you guys online, it was said in the room, just post it. If you're going to, if you're going to do video, chances are you're going to critique yourself. Don't watch your videos, just post it. Just speak from the heart and post it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get at doing it. You're not going to become an expert by not practicing and by just doing it. Not practicing by trying to make it perfect. Just practice, post, and be done. So that content creation, people relate to stories. So when you understand who it is that you like to serve and you understand how you like to do business, telling the story is what makes it relatable. When you post a picture at the closing table without a story, you're bragging and nobody cares. Tell the story. Tell them how many houses they looked at, how long they worked to get to where they are, how they were scared to dream and you talked them into dreaming. Tell the story because that's what matters. And when you tell the story, it becomes more relatable to the next person. And it could be the exact same story. And we could every one of us in this room and on the call could tell the story, and we're going to tell it different because we're going to frame it based on our frame of reference, right? So if you don't have a story to tell somebody else's story. I just saw a closing take place in the office, and this is what I got to experience and witness and see, and tell the story, because the frame in which you tell the story is going to attract more of the people that you're trying to attract because you're being yourself. Does that make sense? Content creation is so easy. I look at opportunities. I see opportunities for content all the time. Taking a picture of a book that you're reading. When you take a picture of a book you're reading and you share a little bit about that book and why it meant something to you, it tells a lot about who you are by what book you're reading and what it is you got out of that book, right? If you are at a restaurant eating and you noticed a server that was really struggling for the day, and you saw someone at the table next to them really giving them a hard time when they were already struggling, could you not create some content with that and talk about whatever it is that struck you about that whole experience? Would it not share and show people what and how you feel about the human race and how we should treat each other? Right? I mean, content is everywhere. And that, just sharing those stories and experiences throughout your day is showing people who you are and what you care about in life.
Yeah, and it doesn't always just have to be, real estate facts.
Uh-uh.
It doesn't have to be real estate facts. It can be very, like, we shouldn't be taking a long time to see your kids and your dogs and your cats and your friends. Like, we should be able to see those scrolling through your news feeds pretty quickly.
The things that you love should show up when people scroll you. At least 2 scrolls should be the things that you really enjoy in life, and the people you enjoy in life, and the things that you enjoy doing in life. Or whatever's on your heart.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be specific with it, but you should be thinking business, personal, passion.
Yep.
Yeah,
So building that profitable business is all about relationships, right? It's connection. Once you connect with someone, then they'll trust you. But you got to first start with connection. And so sharing your passion allows people to connect with you through your passion. They may not have the same passions, but there's just something that allows people to let their guard down and connect with you when they can see your heart.
And they might see something that maybe they don't have, like, for example, I have standard poodles. So
You have what?
standard poodles.
Standard poodles.
Right,
Okay, you have
and
standard
dogs
poodles.
and cats.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
maybe somebody else has a standard poodle and that's an instant
It causes a connection.
Or
Yes.
their grandmother has a standard poodle, or
Mhm.
so then you start making
Connections. And those connections turn into relationships. And your goal is to nurture the relationships, because how we make a living is through relationships, right? I always think about, sometimes relationship may not mean business for me and that person, but that's a connection that I get to add to my network of resources available for other people, right? And at the end of the day, if people know that you just stay connected and you network, and people can expect you to be available as a resource to them, then you become top of mind, right? And so that's just another way of doing business. Collaboration. I saw something David from Old Republic had posted with what's his name? His competitor in the home warranty world. Anyway, collaboration. I think there's one thing in the lending industry. You saw that, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, in the lending industry, in y'all's real estate industry, I mean, in all of us, collaboration, because the way I do business is different than the way Lacey does business. Lacey was from Fairway, and I was, with Guild. Fortunately, she came and joined me, but we do business differently. And so a collaboration as competitors in the business is always a good thing, because there's going to be some people I just don't click with, and that's okay. I see that a lot, like referencing the Paragon office because I'm in that office a lot, but that happens a lot in that office. You've got someone that you've been working with and you're just not clicking, and it's okay to refer them to somebody who is going to click with them better. So that networking, that collaboration is really important. So the next steps to passion to profit is just, what are those action steps? So it's integrating what it is that you're passionate about into your business. So I see you guys in the in the room right now taking notes. Are you guys on Zoom taking some notes? Does anybody have anything to share that they've really thought about since then? I mean, since our conversation? Oh, I love watching you guys chat and helping each other. That's collaboration right there. All right. So this is the one thing that you can't be scared to ask for business also, right? You're hoping through your authenticity and really discovering what is it that I'm passionate about and sharing more of that. But you can't be scared to ask for business. You can't be scared to ask for that coffee. You can't be scared to ask for, I mean, people will raise their hand. I see it in Carla's group often, where people are looking for a realtor. And Carla, with your permission, I'm going to start messaging them privately and go, hey, you do realize that this was created by a realtor. Do I have your permission to say that?
Yes, of course. But it's okay if other realtors are getting business in Ladies of Texoma, because just like you said, I'm not going to be the one for everybody there.
But don't be scared to tell people what it is that you do for a living. So, like in Carla's case in that group, the fact that they don't know what she might do for a living, well, does that mean that, and I haven't looked at, I'm not saying this because I've looked at it, maybe realtor's not prominent enough with Carla's Facebook profile, right? Maybe she doesn't have realtor after her name until Facebook says you can't do that. Maybe the profile pic doesn't show realtor, which is really hard because it's a thumbnail and people are listening. I mean, they're looking on their phone. So it really needs to be a close-up of your face that they can recognize in public. But maybe the header, yeah, the picture that's at the top, the cover, the face, maybe, yeah, maybe the cover needs to display, I sell houses for a living, or and- yep, Canva, it makes it super simple to fancy it all out.
Canva's literally my best.
Oh, yeah.
So just remember that people need to easily know what it is that you do for a living, because once they've connected with you and they trust you, they want to do business with you, right? Yes, and to refer you. Look at this really cool person that I know on Facebook. We've not met in person, but let me just show you what they're all about, right? They may not be looking to buy a house right now, but they might know someone that maybe they just have questions. Right now, we have a lot of people that are having questions about, they want to parcel off some land and put a mobile home on it. Well, that's a question for a realtor. How do you parcel that off? How do you get a partial release from the lender? And what's that process look like? And how long does that take? Like, being the expert for these people through being who you are on social, and let people know what it is that you do for a living. So you guys, did y'all get some clarity? Good. Rebecca, now that you don't do roller derby like I thought. Yeah, me too. But it looks like that's a good thing, right? That's what they are looking for, is those bruises. And yeah.
They are mean out there.
Well, I'm just telling you guys, it is okay to be who you are. It is okay for you to know who it is that you like to work with. You do not have to be everything for everybody. You can't be everything for everybody. And there's plenty of people that you can partner up with, network with, collaborate with, so that when you get a referral and it's not your thing, that you know who to send them to, that is their thing. So you guys sharing what it is that you enjoy doing in business and referring each other will just make a better experience for everybody. So does anybody have any questions? I actually finished on time this time.
That rarely happens.
Yeah, it does. I did see a couple of messages in chat for the workbook. They're just 25-page workbooks, and I really wrote it as journals. So you could sit and you could just journal 1 page a day, or you could sit through and work through the whole book.
I have mine in the car.
Oh, you do? Oh yeah, go grab one just to show them. But that's how I wrote it for you to do however it works best for you, because really you don't want to rush through it. You want to think through it. And then this book that was written is written for loan officers, but it really applies to just sales in general. And it was just a collaborative effort of loan officers or just people in the mortgage space around the country. And I got to write a chapter in that one, Discovering Your Purpose. And in that is a QR code that goes to that book, because what I discovered writing this chapter, I was limited to like 1,200 words, is that is not enough room for you to really understand how you just discover your purpose. But I will tell you, and I don't think, yeah, I did. One of the journal prompts in that workbook is asking you how you want to be remembered, and reverse engineering how you do business and life backwards after you get clear about how do you want to impact lives. So that's a great start. Lacey is going to go over video marketing. The beauty of video marketing partnered with this is that it's just a great reminder that you guys got to get online. You have to show up. And
We're gonna wing it.
yeah, we're gonna wing it. Yeah, because Lacey's was not prepared for this, but I do need to get gas and get to the doctor.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll tell you, I haven't done videos lately like I should. Should's an obligatory word. Like I could, like I will, because posting words and pictures does not connect with people like when they hear your voice and they see you move, your mannerisms. The video piece of it is really important. And how many people, when I say video marketing and real estate, tell me some people, some names that come to mind that do it and do it well. Who are people in real estate in our area that do it well? Huh?
I'm blanking on names, but I can see their faces. I know who they are.
Bubba does a great
Videos.
job. But Bubba Bubba doesn't show, Bubba does a great job. He really does. But Corey does a good job on video. But when I think about Amanda Phillips, you know who Amanda is as a person more than you do with Bubba and Corey. They both do a fabulous job. But Amanda just gets on video and just starts talking, and you see her personality, don't you? Like what you see is what you get. And so there's a lot of different ways to do that. And that's what we're going to cover. You can do video in a lot of different ways. And there's not a wrong way and there's not a right way. It all works. What you don't see is everybody doing all of it, because you really kind of get in your groove. And that's just how you end up doing your marketing. But the point is, do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Do something.
All right.
All
There you
right.
go.
Yes. Are we still sharing? Yeah, we're still sharing screen. Okay.
No, no, I unshared.
Oh, okay.
No, share the screen itself, that one.
That one.
And then you'll have to
Yeah, go ahead.
escape and minimize. It's a little tricky to get that to minimize. I haven't figured that one out yet.
There we
Okay,
go.
there you go.
Okay, and it should be, come on.
Right there.
Okay.
Cool. Introducing the team would be great.
Go backwards.
Or was it?
Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. You want me to introduce the team real quick?
Yeah.
So I have worked hard for the last couple of years putting a team together to make sure that somebody is available when you need us. And fortunately for me, since I've been in the business for 30 years, I have a lot of customers that I've worked with 2 and 3 and 4 times. And then I work with their kids 2 and 3. Well, not quite 3 yet, because I'm not that old. But I am starting to see grandkids too. And so I've got an amazing team behind me that helps me take care of everybody. We are really big on our CRM. We live by Salesforce task and triggers and reports, and we've got automated follow-ups. We have reminders, so it's not automated, but it's actual reach outs, processes and systems. I'm a real nerd when it comes to that stuff. And so putting a team together where it's that same consistency in the level of service provided has been a big deal. And then also just getting everybody trained and up to speed so that they can answer questions and actually help people when they ask for help. So I wanted to introduce everybody to you. So Lacey joined the team because, like I said, I have a lot of people in my database that I've worked with for a long time. And right now, it's amazing how many people have paid their loan off in the last 6 months, but have not purchased a home yet. The statistics are high. And I know that that they're coming back. They're going to be calling. And then we get triggers too when someone is in our system, and this is AI weird, but when someone is in our system and they start poking around on the realtor sites or the Zillow sites, or if they're in HomeBot, we can see when people are looking to make their next move, and we get triggers. I did a bunch of, it is weird. I did a lot of follow-up yesterday, and I was able to reach out to realtors that helped me with this, that referred this customer maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, and said, hey, these people are looking at probably making a move in the next 90 to 120 days because we track it statistically. We know when this is going to happen. And listing triggers. If anybody lists a property that is in my database, I will get a notice that they just listed their property and are about to make a move. When they request a payoff, I get a notice. When they get their credit pulled by somebody else, we're monitoring their credit, and I'll know if a competitor has pulled their credit report, whether they're getting pre-approved with us or in our system because we did a loan form 6 years ago. So we get all of these notifications in our system. So it's easy for us to retain our customers, and retention is really important to us. We want to not just do their loan this time, but for years and years afterwards. So it takes a team. And so I'm super excited about the team that we put together. So Lacey joined because I want to be able to take care of those that I've already taken care of before. They know me, they trust me. And Lacey's going to be able to take care of our newer customers that are coming to us, so that we've got someone taking care of our existing customers and new customers. Mm-hmm. And then Marisa is, she sits at her desk all day, every day. She's a loan officer, so she's licensed to have the same conversations that Lacey and I can have with our customers. She can advise them, she can talk credit, she can talk interest rates and all of the things that you have to have a license for. And so Marisa's at the office all day, every day doing that so that we can be out here doing this. And then Alexa, golly, the sweetest person. I just love listening to her on the phone because she is so good with our customers on the phone. But she's the first person that everybody talks to. So if you have a referral that comes to us, then Alexa's going to help them understand the process and get their application. We're going to send them to the online portal because these days everything is electronic. But some people struggle with the online portal, and she'll walk them through that. And then Tammy is responsible for making sure that you guys get paid. She's once we're under contract and the loan is disclosed, then Tammy takes the file and she's your point of contact all the way through. So she works with the underwriter, works with you and the other agent and the customer to get the title company and the appraiser and the surveyor and all of the people behind the scenes. Everybody. She's just coordinating everything to get to the title company on time. Her bonus is tied to documents being to title 2 days prior to. So that's her goal, is to make sure that we get we get the loan approved quickly, and we work through loan conditions quickly, and that the paperwork gets to the title company 2 weeks early. So just wanted you guys to know what team is behind me. It's just not me, it's the Castle team, and this is who makes up the team. And then BJ is on this call. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, that woman takes, golly, I don't know what we do without BJ. And today,
I don't know what her job is, except for if you have a question, you just ask BJ. Or if you need anything, you just ask BJ.
her job title is branch administrative. I don't even want to, she just handles everything. Yeah. But today is administrative assistant day. So I wanted to give her a big shout out. BJ hired me in 1996 and trained me in the business. And so for us to continue to still be together, there really isn't a question that she does not know when it comes to real estate or mortgage. Well, in life in general. So her slide's not on here. That's because she created the slide and didn't put herself on here.
She really should be on there.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to the doctor.
Okay. Do you guys want to take a little break, go to the bathroom, stand up for a second, warm up? It's better in here now that I turned it.
Go take some selfies, go do some videos.
Yeah, take a little break, walk around.
I have 2 cameras you can keep out.
Okay, I think I have one of those in my office. I haven't ever taken it off stuff. So maybe I should look at it. I think it's literally that same.
Well, the video is better, but the audio is much better.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look when I think it's that one.
Oh.
I've got a really weird question.
You know, my condo,
The seller, I don't know, but the seller just called and left a voicemail saying, so English is not her first language.
So wait, is she owner finance? Oh, I thought you had one that was already closed.
No, so that condo, the unwarrantable
The
condo,
unwarrantable, yeah.
so, because it was unwarrantable, they decided to do a lease for a year.
Oh,
Because she had to
okay.
wait a year to do with the bank, but I think that we can do it now. But
Okay.
I know the bank can't, but the seller just called and said, hey, like, this was all done, so can you give me a call back? So I think their agents did not fill them in.
Oh, no.
Because it's not done, I mean.
No.
we're alone for a year out, that's why we did the separate lease. So I think the agents might have dropped the ball there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
But I can't really make her a
Amazing.
ton of information either. Maybe she's a seller, I think I give her,
No, but you can property information.
yeah, property information.
I mean, you would have done that deal if it wasn't unwarrantable.
That's fun. Fun
Much
life.
fun. Man,
I hate when sellers get involved with buyers, because it's like,
Never a good
I know, I hate when they get involved in.
But when the seller's collecting the rent each month, there's conversations there. Unless the agent had set up for it to go through them, but that wouldn't normally happen.
Yeah, I don't know, I'll figure it out. Sometimes.
All right.
Hope you feel better.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Yes, so this is the last of the success series.
Yeah.
No, Bart will be here next week. What I meant is this was the last for me.
Okay.
So thank y'all for being here. Make sure if you've been here through all of them, make sure I know about it, just so I can be sure that we get it all turned in correctly. So you get your free quarter of MLS dues. And we're putting together the fall series, which is gonna start a little bit later. Here, I'll come up.
Okay.
We're putting together the fall series, which is gonna start a little bit later this year because I am taking a road trip I promised my husband when he was in the hospital last year. And so I think it's like the second week in October, y'all will be seeing something about it later, but it'll carry through November, but not, I mean, it will end before the holidays. which is always our goal, is to make sure it doesn't conflict with travel plans and stuff. So just be watching for that. And I do have some classes that I put together. I may run them by a couple of you guys to see what your thoughts are. One thing we did talk about is doing another appraisal class, and I think a solar panel one again, because we're getting a lot of phone calls on solar panels.
Yeah.
And so anything else that you guys can think of that you want to be sure we cover, then let me know.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Michelle. Feel better. Okay, so why video? I want to ask a question, and if you're on video, unmute yourself if you want to answer. But why do you guys think that video is the most impactful to buyers and sellers, or the most effective? Anybody?
That's what people do all the time anymore, is videos.
Okay, so that's it. So they don't have to read the post. Okay, because as a generation, people are just lazier now. I hate to say that, but people are just lazier now. And so they don't have to read the post. So if you're doing video, they can just listen to it. Video with captions is even more crucial, because a lot of times, you know, when you're on your videos and you're watching them, if they're on mute, you have to unmute them. But if they have the captions, they don't necessarily have to unmute it. So sometimes your voice isn't even being heard, but they're seeing your mannerisms and seeing how you talk and how you move and stuff. But putting those captions on those videos, especially ones that you're sharing a story, sharing, you know, a real estate fact, sharing like the information, I would definitely make sure that you have those captions on. So a lot of it is just people don't want to read those long posts with all that information that's so great. And then some of the facts here is 40% of prospective buyers find virtual video or tours of homes more useful than pictures. So that's something to consider in your business, is doing the virtual tours of a home. Sometimes it highlights it better than just a picture. Sometimes when you're in a bedroom, you're like all the way up in the corner trying to get the picture of everything. And you know, it's hard, where those videos you can, you know,
It accentuates the flow of the home as well.
Yep, and it accentuates the flow of the homes. That's why a lot more people are willing to look at virtual more than just pictures. 72% of customers would rather learn about a product or service by way of video. So again, goes back to the whole reading, interpreting what you're posting in that text versus how you say it, because how you write it and how you say it are going to be different. So a lot more people learn by hearing it and seeing it in the actual interpretation than just reading. You know, almost 51% of shoppers use YouTube as their #1 destination for research. So that's a new one that I did not know, that YouTube is significantly impactful and a lot of people are not using it. I can only think of one that consistently uses YouTube, and that's Mike Harrison. He is the only one I know that consistently does YouTube every single week. And I will tell you a little secret. He gets a lot of people that want to buy with him or sell with him from YouTube. A lot. People come from California. You know, a lot of people are coming from the West Coast here. So that YouTube is really popular on the West Coast. So that's just something that I did not know was so prevalent, was the YouTube. Social video gets shared 1,200% more than text. And have you guys ever seen that, where you post a video and somebody shares it of like a listing or your open house or something like that, that one gets more shares than like a text with a picture? Do you guys ever notice that? Anybody? You'll notice it now. You'll notice it now. A website is 53 times more likely to reach the front page of Google if it includes a video, and that's the Google Analytics. You know, and on all of y'all's free time, I would suggest to look up the analytics for whatever your favorite social media is. So if it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, go Google, what are the analytics that go into Instagram? Because there is information and data that makes certain posts, certain videos, certain tags, all of that become more popular than others. Yeah, so look at the analytics, you know. Let's see. The most watched videos are listing videos, of course. Why? Because everyone wants to see a tour of a home. Moving to your city. So it doesn't just have to be a Grayson County city. You can do any city in North Texas, Southern Oklahoma, a cool city that go to Fredericksburg. Next time you go on vacation, you're in Fredericksburg. Take a little video about that city for later to share. Hey, did you guys know about Fredericksburg, and do some points and cool things about that. So it doesn't just have to be moving to Sherman, moving to Denison, moving to Pottsboro. It can be if you're moving to, McKinney, Plano, those are places where you guys may still travel to for a listing or a buyer. Pros and cons of living in your city. That one you want to be a little careful with.
Yeah.
You want to be a little creative with that one. I would use ChatGPT to maybe give you some information that's tactful. But pros and cons of living in a city, or your favorite things, favorite restaurants, that's a big one, is the restaurants. Doing a video, like you're going out to dinner with your family, take a picture, and you can make, sorry, I'm jumping around here. Do a video of a favorite restaurant, right? But that video can also be pictures. You can take pictures of the front of the restaurant, the area around it, maybe a food item, a drink item, a selfie. You can take all these little pictures so you're not interrupting your own dining experience with a lengthy video. Put it in CapCut or something like that and create it into a video with a background music and with little captions, about the experience. And then other people will be like, oh, I really want to experience that restaurant, or I want to go experience that park, so it's options for you to be able to take pictures, turn them into videos. You could take each one of those individual pictures, put them on stories over the next few days. Anything that you're doing in life is a really good way to leverage the pros and cons of living.
What is the best way to do that, to make a video?
Okay, so the best way to make a video with pictures, I'm probably biased because the only one that I use is CapCut because it's really, really easy. It's kind of like TikTok. Oh, really? Rebecca, I can show you.
We need a class. on
Okay,
CapCut.
okay, we can do a class.
And I'm like, man.
Okay,
I downloaded it, that's as far as I got. I haven't
okay.
looked at
Have
it
you made
yet.
TikTok videos?
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly the same. Just there's
That's not-
more options.
I'm not great on.
Yeah. I know it's hard. So, but that's fine. We can do a CapCut and TikTok class because I don't think that I'm perfect or professional at it, but I think I do fair. I think I do decent at it. And I'll take you guys, most of you maybe not know, the happy hour that I do every month. Yes. Okay. So I don't want to take away from my experience that I'm having in those moments. So I will take little videos, random videos. I will take random pictures. Blaine or Cody or Dawson will take random videos and pictures and they all send them to me. Other selfies that people take and they'll send them to me. I'll put them in CapCut as like picture, picture, video, video, picture, depending on how like the flow is. Add some music, add a little caption, and then boom, done. Like it doesn't take me very long, but I was able to have the experience, talk to the people, enjoy my time, and then take 20 minutes and create a video for it. But I can definitely teach y'all if that's something you want at another time. Neighborhood and community highlight videos. So if there's an upcoming neighborhood with lots of new builds coming around, if there is old school neighborhood you like, a Victorian neighborhood you like, a neighborhood that you're seeing there's going to be a lot of remodels in, I know there's a lot of that going around in Denison with Earnhardt Built. They're buying a lot of houses and remodeling them and trying to kind of revamp more closer to downtown. Make a video about some history. I mean, you can Google the history on a video and then this is the history. This is where it started. Here's a little picture from back whatever time. Here's what, it is now. And this is why I love it. And you could do that for, you could do it for 12 neighborhoods and do it once a month. You know, you could pick 12 different neighborhoods and do something along those lines to highlight a neighborhood and get people interested to want to be in that neighborhood. You know, that would be the whole purpose of doing an neighborhood video, is to get people attracted to that neighborhood, make them want to move from the house that they may have. And then market updates. Well, educational how-tos and then market updates, I feel like those kind of go hand in hand. They're both more fact-based, and they are going to want to be sprinkled in, but not be the forefront, because people don't really want to read or listen to you just spout out a bunch of facts. Market update, I would say, sorry, I talk really fast, let me slow it down. Market updates, you want to do a video on that, of interpreting your thoughts on it. Don't just be like, here's the market and this is what it is and have a great day. You know, that's boring, it's dry. You want to be like, you know, hey, this is what I'm seeing in the market, and I really think that this is a benefit to first-time home buyers. Even though interest rates are still higher and we're not sure when they're going to come down, unlike we predicted, this is a great time for first-time home buyers to still get seller credit. So if you still want to get into a home with less out of pocket, make sure you call me. That's a better interpretation of a market update, to make it a positive spin, because a lot of it's negative right now. It is. You got to try to find that positive spin to draw people in. First-time home buyers and veterans right now are the top two categories that is still a very good time to buy right now. Those people that are first-time home buyers and that are veterans waiting, they're not going to be able to get into homes in bidding wars. They're not going to be able to get into homes if sellers are not giving concessions. They're just going to be priced out, you know. So right now is still a really good time for those two avenues. So I would focus a lot of time on that and highlighting that. This stupid thing, I can't see the top of this. I don't know how to make this go away. Anyways, whatever the top of that says. Good golly. Okay.
Over the green part and see if it responds.
No, why does it?
You can move it to the bottom.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, just drag it.
Listen, I swear I'm not computer illiterate. Ah, sweet. Thanks, Rebecca. Okay. See, even I struggle with some technical things. Neighborhood and community highlights, kind of like we talked about. You can highlight other areas than just your own to be unique and creative. You know, are you probably going to go to Austin to show a home? No, but you can refer it out and get a referral fee on it, because you took some time to make a, you know, maybe in the beginning it's 30 minutes to an hour that you have to take to make a video about another place, but that could get you a referral source. If people are liking your information, your take, your video, you can always refer those out. Same with, is everybody here yes or no licensed in Oklahoma? No, no, yes. Are you?
I'm an interior designer.
Oh, I did not know that.
And I'm
Okay.
new in the area.
Okay,
And
okay,
I sold my business, my successful business,
okay.
but it was all based on realtor,
Yeah.
basically realtor referrals.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And so now I'm basically starting from square one, and I don't have this knowledge.
Okay.
Because I haven't done.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
This is like amazing. And
Okay.
I live in Oklahoma.
Gotcha,
I live
okay.
in Clara, so
Oh,
but
okay.
you know, this area, of course.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
growing.
I mean, if they're literally just like hand in hand. So
Right.
Southern Oklahoma, North Texas,
Yeah.
I mean, like it's not far. I think a few of you on video are in Oklahoma too, right? Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, my point is that Oklahoma is just a
Danny
little. Okay, okay, that's what I thought. So it's just a little
Yeah,
away.
well,
So
I guess I'm the lone wolf.
are you the lone wolf
Yeah.
on video? Well, look, see, all your Oklahoma buyers you can send to him, but you can make videos of Broken Bow, you know, not too far away. You can make videos of Clara. You can make videos of what's going on the Texas or on the Oklahoma side. It's Hard Rock. Okay.
Yeah.
And Margaritaville is gonna be on the.
Yeah.
I would suggest making lots of videos about that. Your thoughts, pictures, look up other Margaritavilles and Hard Rock hotels in other areas. Be like, I wonder if ours are going to be like this. I would love to have this from this Hard Rock. Like, what would you like to, what kind of homes would you like to see built around these? Like, I'd make tons of videos, you know, and if you're not licensed in Oklahoma, well, guess what? You have somebody you can refer to and get a referral fee, and that's still an income source. Yeah. Huh?
Easy work.
Yeah, easy work.
Referral fee, yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't just have to be the city we live in when you're talking about making video, neighborhood and community videos. So you can kind of expand on that. Local business reviews. So who do you know that does this? Does anybody know who does the local business reviews? Okay, that's one. Anybody else? Evan Martin. Did y'all know that? So he doesn't, okay, so he doesn't post very broad, but he does a business review often and a lot. He has reviewed most of the businesses in Denison and Sherman. I guess it's a mix, but he does a ton. You should go, I would suggest to go look at his videos, see what he has done for local business reviews, because I feel like he does a really good job in making it just like, hey, come with me and check out this business. Like, it's really, you know, I mean, Corey does them too. Corey's great at video, like in all around with everything he does. It's a little bit unfair, but I think Evan does a great job in, like, you know, come show me. Oh, I thought I had that off. So local business reviews, kind of like we talked about, your favorite restaurant, your favorite park. I mean, you could do one on your favorite bank, and because there's a great banker lady that you love to see when she's there when you go to the bank. Your favorite clothing store, your favorite thrift store. I mean, there's just a plethora of things that you could do a business review on, and most of the time you can go to that business when you're not living life going to that business, but strategically go to that business, and they're going to allow you to be like, hey, I want to do a review on your business. Do you mind if I can take 5 minutes of your time? Most likely they're going to say yes. Maybe not Olive Garden, but like a smaller business or something like that, you know, is going to. And you never know, the hostess at Olive Garden, she might be willing to talk to you. Points of interest. I'm not exactly sure what she meant here, but I'm assuming just, again, the zoo, recreation, the aviation, just
So could it be like building your points of interest into videos to just kind of get them to know you?
yeah. I don't really know all of that, so we're gonna just skip that. Okay, recording and editing your videos, lighting, audio, DIY versus outsourcing. So lighting, I mean, I think we all know like how lighting is important. You don't want to be in a dark room. You don't want a bright spotlight on your face. You know, you want it to be more of like a natural lighting setting. Audio definitely needs to be clear. So they have little mics on Amazon. They range from like $20 to $120. Like, you can range anywhere. Somebody in your office buys one. Hey, can I use your mic real quick? You know, if your phone audio is not great. On CapCut, you can actually play with the audio of your voice. So you can reduce like the noise. So the noise in if there's like rustling, you know, you can reduce that noise and you can make like a clear audio. Sometimes it makes you sound like a robot. So I did it one time with Trey Allen, and I was like, oh, we're just going to deal. We were in a really echoey house. And so we're trying to kind of like pull out our voices versus having that like echo feeling. Yeah. And we sounded like robots. I was like, we're just going to have an echo. I don't know what to tell you, because at that point, that sounding like a robot was a worse option than having that. So audio is super important, but you don't have to be like, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You just need to be clear, not have as much background noise. And if you're talking with somebody else, I would highly suggest having some kind of mic. DIY versus outsourcing. So obviously we all do DIY videos. I don't know anybody in here that does outsourcing. I'm sure there are some great points that Michelle would have on outsourcing doing your videos. I don't love that idea because I think it takes the passion out of the video. So if you're outsourcing, it becomes too clean, too polished. I mean, they're going to do it to the nine. They're not going to, you're paying them for a service. I think that if you just practice and you take the time to learn little by little, that doing DIY videos will be like this. I mean, there are times that, you know, Michelle's been on an audio call, and her book's not here, but her Kyle Draper book. When Kyle Draper came, I was like, oh, her book's in her office. And I like snuck in, I went and grabbed her book, went upstairs to her old office, made a stupid video that I looked like crap and I didn't care about Kyle Draper's coming tomorrow. If you want to see him, you want to hear, come to Paragon tomorrow. Post done. I hated the video. I thought of a prop last minute. It literally was within 24 hours of him coming, but I just was like, I need to post that on social. So I just used what I had. I went somewhere and I just made a video. And that's just what you have to do. You have to get comfortable with having an opportunity come to your mind and go and do that opportunity. Or put that opportunity in your notes and go and redo it later. Yeah, you know, you're at a soccer game and you're like, oh man, it'd be really great to do a video on AmeriBank and all the new things they're doing in the community. That's a lie, but it was believable though, huh? So you're a soccer game. Well, you can't go make that video right now. So you just put it in your little notes in your phone and be like, okay, I'm going to go back to this idea and go, you know, and go do that. Speaking of soccer, highlight a coach. All these youth coaches are volunteers. A lot of them actually, I've noticed, are business owners. Why that is, I'm not sure, but a lot of them are business owners. And highlight how they coach your kid, your nephew, your niece, your grandchildren, whoever that may be, your friend's kid. Like, oh man, I saw this, you know, Joe Schmo bending down, helping Billy that scuffed his knee during soccer. And, you know, I just really appreciate the coaches in our community. And did you also know that he owns blah, blah, blah roofing? Because they're almost all roofers. I don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand. But, you know, just little things like that. People are going to relate to that. They're going to want to see that. They're going to appreciate it. And that self-employed person that you just posted about and tagged them in about a selfless thing that they were doing or a great act that they were doing, they're going to appreciate you for that. Mm-hmm. And that's a business source. That's a referral person. Yeah. Yes.
I didn't quite understand when you were saying putting taking the pictures and doing the video, what platform you used. Is it were you saying CapCut or Chapka?
Yes. So CapCut, CAPCUT.
CAPCUT.
Yes, it's CapCut.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for interrupting and asking. I'm just going with the flow right now. I had no idea I was doing this, so I very much appreciate y'all for just jumping into these slides and sharing my own personal experiences and things that I've learned. So
You're doing a great job, Lacey.
thank you, Carla. I was like, she was like, hook up your computer when you get there. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, hey, how comfortable are you with teaching? I was like, the whole thing? And she was like, well, maybe just videos. I was like, okay, I can do videos. Can you do the first part? I probably could have done the first part. I've read the slides. I've been through the classes, but yeah, no, we're not there yet. Okay, so where to post your videos? So there is lots of options. There is Instagram, but not only is there Instagram, there's Instagram stories, reels, posts. Facebook stories, reels, posts. YouTube is, I'm pretty sure, just videos. I don't think that I'm not super familiar with YouTube, but there's a plethora of options, and you don't have to be good at all of them. If you are more comfortable with Facebook, be really good at Facebook. Learn Facebook, and then once you get really good at that, you can then transition to YouTube or to Instagram or to TikTok. YouTube or oh God, what is it called? X, whatever X is. Twitter. Don't even get me on the Twitter and who tweeted what in the twat and the, I stopped myself. I stopped myself.
I don't have it either.
Anyways, I stopped myself. But I don't do the tweets, okay? Because I don't do the tweets. I don't understand. I'm like, I try to go on there and I look at the like newsfeed. I'm like, I don't have a newsfeed. I don't know. There's just one post. Somebody posted something. So, anyways, enough of that. But get really, we won't tell Michelle about that one.
No.
Get really good at whatever platform, Atlanta, you are most comfortable with, and look at all the options that it has. If you're not doing stories, do stories. If you are doing posts, continue to do posts. If you're not doing reels, do reels, and your stories can become reels also. Reels on Instagram and Facebook get the most plays. I'm sure it's an analytic thing. I'm not sure why else those would over posts or stories, but reels do get more plays than anything else. What else?
A thing which my friend just told me about, I'm still exploring it, but with Meta Suite,
Okay.
Facebook interfaces with Instagram now. So supposedly.
Yeah. Okay.
Together.
Yeah, I have heard.
Facebook,
Yeah.
whatever Instagram you have linked to that, it will also post it on Instagram.
Yeah, because like, I mean, I'm a Facebook person, but
Yeah.
I also have my Instagram linked through the
Okay.
suite. So whatever I do on Facebook goes to Instagram automatically.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
So what?
I don't have to like really get on it and manage it and mess with it, but I'm still
Getting the
marketing.
Okay.
Both platforms.
Okay. So for those of you on video, what they're saying is that the new Meta platform, the suite, will take your Facebook stuff and then you can set it to probably automatically go to Instagram. So you can kind of, I do know that they were linked, and it's easy to have a post on Facebook and do that same post on Instagram. Like they're pretty same formats. I like to do TikTok. I've been slacking a little bit on it, but lots of changes lately, so can't do it all at once. But TikTok is one that I really like, and I don't actually record on TikTok. I make the video and then upload it to TikTok and then change it. Yeah, I don't ever sit there and record off of TikTok.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm not really good at it yet.
Okay.
So I'll just open it. And I'm
Okay.
the person that like, I really don't care what my videos.
Yeah,
I mean, as long as I'm not like drawing or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I just do it.
Yeah. And I'm like that too. I care a little bit. Like if I say something, I'll be like, oh crap. Okay.
But you know what? That's unique. That's
Yeah.
you. That's your authentic.
Authenticity.
Thank you for that word.
That's fine.
But just roll with it.
Yeah.
You know, or if it's really bad, kind of make a little bit of fun of it.
I have
So,
done that.
yeah.
So I'll share this story. So I had headshots done at Art Creative Studio when I first came over with Michelle. I got it a couple weeks in, and she was like, bring somebody with you or prop your phone up and record a video of the entire session. And I was like, okay, sure. So I literally put my phone in a plant and I was like, what can I use? So I took a plant, moved some dirt to hold it in there, hit record, and just recorded the whole thing. And she was like, now go watch that video and look for behind the scenes photo shoot. And I was like, oh my God, okay, that's so smart. And the girl that is the owner of Art Creative Studios at the time to take my pictures was about to have a baby, like 2 weeks out from delivering a baby. It was a hot day. I was in a blazer. She was going to a soccer game. So we were talking about how like I was getting sweaty. I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting sweaty. It's hot. And we were having a conversation. I was like, well, what's great about Texas? Like everybody's sweating because I'm not from Texas. So I'm from Washington. So not everybody sweats in Washington. Everybody's just always wet from the rain. So I'm like, everybody sweats and like, it's fine because like, oh, you're sweating, me too. Cool. We're in Texas. It's hot. And it was a stupid conversation that I literally blasted on social media because it was something that was just like funny, quirky, cute, behind the scenes. And I would have, yeah, I would have never got that video if I wasn't recording the whole thing, you know. And we were talking about, there was another one, I haven't posted it yet, but I had this orange blazer, most of you have seen it, that I got on Amazon for $35. And I was like, this is the most comfortable blazer I've ever worn in my life, because I hate blazers because I have broad shoulders and I feel constricted and I have big arms and like there's just a lot going on, and so I hate them. And so I'm taking it off. And Amanda was like, that's super cute. I was like, girl, it's $35. Feel it, it's so soft and da 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 da. Like just a stupid conversation. I was like, yeah, I have so much Amazon come to my house. My kids are like, really, again? There's more Amazon here. What'd you order now? And I'm like, it's easy. So anyways, I have that little clip of talking about my blazer and how soft it is and the deal I got and how Amazon comes to my house every day. So, you know, like just a video that is something that I can post later for behind the scenes. So, you know, take that as like the bloopers are okay to post. I have some more, I have a lot of bloopers coming up from an open house I did with Trey Allen. Does anybody know Trey Allen? If you don't, he's literally the funniest person I've ever met in my life. And so we did an open house and we were trying, dead, so dead. There was nobody that came. We're like, okay, well, let's do something in this empty house. So we're just making random funny videos. There's a lot of laughs and mess ups and like, what's going on here? Like just stupid. I was like, we're saving that. And we're going to post that of like bloopers of making videos at an open house. So use the bloopers. I'm going to look at the chat because there is 6. Oh, thank you, Sheila, for answering. Love that. Yes, Daniel, be the Oklahoma TikTok king. Love it. Okay, just want to make sure there wasn't any questions. Okay, the only thing we really haven't talked about is what is your content strategy? So I would say that needs to be really simple. Your content strategy needs to be simple. Mine is business, personal, passion. And literally, I think about that all the time. What's something somebody would want to know in business? What's something personal I like, or that's going on with me personally? And what am I passionate about? And those are the things that when I'm going about my life and I'm in the daily doing this, or that I'm going to think, oh, that's a good post, business. Okay, log it for later. You know, I don't have to take myself out of that moment. And that's big for me is I am a single mom with 2 kids and they're pre-teens and do sports all year round and are very busy. So I don't want to take myself completely out of all of the moments because of business. So I'm gotten really good about, okay, that triggered that I need to post about that, or that would be something good for social media or something good for business planning. And I just kind of log it and push it away for a moment, you know, take the video, take the clip, and then file it away until I'm not with my kids or with my friends or, you know, doing those personal things that I still want to be a part of. So, you know, just that's like my biggest takeaways. Don't think you have to post right when it happens. You can file it away. You can make a note. So you're still present in your life and it's not all business, because that can get very exhausting. You can get burnt out very easily and your friends won't want to be around you if all you're doing is on your phone, you know? So just think of what your content strategy could be, and then that will continually flow in your mind and things will just start to trigger it. I was not good at social media. Like, I mean, like not at all. Some of you know, but for those of you that don't, I was a paralegal for 10 years, private practice and in corporate. And so I was passionate about things. I had volunteer things I did, aside from work, but my work was very just dry and boring once I left private practice. Like private practice was fun, but it's very dry and boring. I was not worrying about posting on social media. Did not really care about social media except for like to just scroll and like bide the time, right? So when I made the transition from being a paralegal to a loan officer at Fairway, I went through this 6-week training boot camp course or whatever, where we had a base salary. We didn't have to get commission for, or not 6 weeks, for, what was it? 9 weeks. 9 weeks is what we had to basically get a paycheck, not have to worry about commission, not have to pay it back for draws or anything like that. And we could focus on learning. So I'm very thankful for Fairway for that, even though I have left. But social media was 3 weeks of that. 3 weeks straight. Literally, we met for 5 hours a day as a group. There was 5 of us. We met for 5 hours a day. We role played. We went through different scenarios, different platforms, different ways to post. And we're being taught from somebody that was a veteran and then became a loan officer for the last 10 years. So he had a whole nother career prior to becoming a loan officer. And we spent a lot of time learning how to do all these things. And I'm still not perfect at it, but I did have to, it taught me that I had to make it important, but not be perfect, you know. And that's the biggest thing that you will hear every single person say is don't wait till you perfect it. Post, do, you will become better as you do. I just went through my TikTok actually a couple days ago and I was like, delete, you know, old videos that I was just like, no, this is, we got some better stuff going on. So we'll just delete those old ones. But once you have built up that social content, I mean, you can go back and delete the videos that are like, man, nobody really needs to have that. Although if it is very good information, you'll want to keep it even if you don't love the video. But this was just like, I was trying to get in the habit of making videos and TikTok just happened to be the ones that I made them on. They were terrible, y'all. They were terrible. Most popular social media in the US is, you can see Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, TikTok, Twitter, iMessage, Snapchat, I think that's weird, but Pinterest, that's weird too, LinkedIn, and Reddit. I don't know what you guys would post on the bottom half,
Right?
but Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are probably the top, and YouTube are the top 4. We might have to ask Michelle what you would post as a realtor on Reddit or Pinterest.
Well, Pinterest.
I could see Pinterest being very good for you.
Right, that's why I just thought about that, like, okay, let me start doing just putting stuff out there and then people will share it, so I think you can do it with homes as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people
And
who
or just
advertise.
informational, like a little, just like a slide.
Yeah, and then LinkedIn is a lot of professional networking.
Yeah.
And I have like 1,200 people on LinkedIn just
Oh
because
my
every time
gosh.
somebody asks
I think I have
me,
5.
I hit yes, and it's
I
been
just,
for years.
I just started doing LinkedIn. And
Oh,
I'm
really?
gonna say I don't particularly like it.
Right,
Okay.
It's different.
Do you do posts on LinkedIn?
So people do.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
You know,
It's not just like
I
job
like-
postings?
I'm just on there.
No.
See, that's what I thought.
Okay,
That is what
Okay.
I thought. But no, it's
They do a lot of these.
yes.
Like
Oh,
restaurant
really?
openings every.
okay.
Yeah.
I did not
It's
know
almost
that.
like a Facebook now. But
Okay.
maybe for professionals.
Professional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'll find first time home buyers there.
No.
I'm just kidding, y'all.
No.
Um,
Not very likely, because they're usually people that are,
You might.
you know.
You might.
professional.
never know.
You might.
Listen, I don't only want first time home buyers. I just do really well with first time home buyers. And
That's my target group. too.
yeah, I mean, I just do really well with them. And it makes like my heart really full when they close.
Yeah.
I think that that's what gets
It's
me.
such a long, drawn out process.
Yeah,
It's
I got one right now.
Yeah, I have
I've
lots.
sent 3 in the last week over to y'all's team that are just in the pre-qualification
Yeah,
stage
yeah.
at the very, very beginning.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you
And
how,
it takes
it's probably 1 out of
You get-
3.
You get invested.
Yeah, you do get invested. I think 1 out of 3 go in my credit repair plans.
Yeah.
And I don't refer them out to people. Even if they're within a year of buying, and I can go, so if I can go on our systems and do the wayfinders and the simulators and do it within a year, then I don't refer them out to a credit repair because they have to pay for that.
Yeah.
And I've done it so much that, and I know about credit and know about the things. Yeah. Yeah. And then we have a simulator that tells us like your potential score after X amount of months. So, you know, if I can get them there within a year, I will follow. I'll send them this is what you have to do with a nice pretty email. They'll only read about half of it the first time. So then about 2 weeks later, I'll follow up with them. And then I follow up with them once a month until they buy or tell me to leave them alone. I mean, honestly, and I think I have like a 60% conversion rate so far in the last 2 years of people that I've put on a credit repair journey that have bought, that have become eligible.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that have
Pretty
become eligible to buy, because some of them have started, but they're still on that journey, you know, or they've started, but now, and they've paid off all the things, got their credit score up. Now they got to save the money for the down payment. Those people though are people that they're going to invest in paying the things off, paying attention to their credit score, watching it go up and down because it's going to, and then also be focused on saving money. Those people are more than likely not going to default on their loan also. So not
put so much into it.
they've worked really hard for it. And like, things in life are not easy. Like, you're supposed to work hard at the things that are worth it. Yeah, the things that matter. So for me, I'm like, if you're gonna put in the work, I'm gonna put in the work with you. I have done it where I have done a good Lord, financial plan for them. So I have a spreadsheet of my own personal that's like 7 years old that I just keep hiding cells. It's ridiculous, but thing will crash one day. But I take that same template and I will put it in a form. Tell me what your bills are, you know, your child care, your cell phone, your, you know, where can you trim? Okay, that's the first conversation. Where can you trim so that you can save and pay off? And then the next conversation is you put your bills, which, well, say you get paid every 2 weeks. You put your bills in there, and then when you get your paycheck, you put your paycheck in this little bottom cell, and it's going to auto calculate to tell you how much you have left after that paycheck, after you've paid your bills and you've gotten your money. If it's $500, well, you should be making sure that you're only spending about $250 and putting $250 to either paying off debt or savings. You know, just it kind of depends. Sometimes it's only $50 that they can save, you know, because they're focused on paying off debt. But I've done that for people. They're like, I don't know, so I need some help. I'm like, well, let me help you. So this is just some social media platform, you know, people, content strategy. What was that?
That's going the extra mile.
Yeah, I put way too much effort in.
But they appreciate it.
But you can see when I talk, I get really passionate about it. Like, I love people like being able to be like, okay, I can fix my credit. I can, here's a plan. Here's the black and white. This is how much I make. This is probably where I can trim money. You know, I've had to do that myself before I bought my own home. I had to raise my credit score. I had to save money, and I had to create that budget plan that I still have to this day. And I still use it. So I go in when I pay bills, I turn it from black to green, then it's been paid. And yeah, okay. And
We have a spreadsheet that we do for every month.
yes, yeah, because and it helps. So those home buyers that need that extra help because they don't have.
I spend that extra money.
Yeah.
On food.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the week, it's like, oh, I got a little bit of money. Let's go out to eat.
Oh yeah, I'm not like that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
super
don't,
not either.
no, I'm not. I'm super frugal.
Yeah.
But we'll work on
I
it.
don't even listen until it comes to food.
We'll work on it, Ashley. We'll work on it. We'll give a
Okay.
eating out budget. But some people just don't have their parents or friends to tell them what to do or how to do it. They've never been taught that. One of the things, I know we're kind of digressing a little bit, but one of the things that I would really like to do is be able to go into high schools
Oh my
and
gosh, I was
teach.
just thinking about these that
It should be part of the.
Yes,
It
teach.
should be.
It should be, and it's not.
Everybody else.
Yep.
Whether how to write a checkbook and how to
Yes.
process loans.
And just like when they go to college and they have all these credit cards and life and money, and like every person should graduate. Yeah, they should graduate school, and that, especially if they're going into college, they should graduate school, go into college with a budget plan, whether it be Word or on a spreadsheet or something. It needs to be wrote out so that they know and what it means if you mess up. Like what kind of impact. Yeah, so not just about teaching them how to do it and how to manage that money, but also what are the consequences if you do mess up? And if you do mess up, who are you going to call for advice to be able to fix it? Because it's fixable. I mean, most all of it, it's all fixable stuff. People just mess up, and then yeah, they just mess up and they don't know who to call or who to talk to or what to do, and they just
after foreclosure.
Yeah. Yeah, so it takes
time, but you can get
this is just difference of Instagram and Facebook and YouTube examples. Oh, okay, this will be nice. So so we're pretty much have been talking about this. That's rough. So it's your action plan 30-day content grid. So it's saying Wednesday around town, Thursday profile a neighborhood. Yeah. Friday, best place to, Saturday, ask me a question. Huh? Oh, yeah. That's right.
We have that.
Yeah.
Every month we have a calendar.
Okay.
Just different ideas.
Yeah, different ideas.
Testimonial, home maintenance,
Yeah.
holiday, local info.
You didn't even know it was in there.
No, I didn't.
That's so funny.
Local social proof.
Yeah.
Market.
Yeah, so it's just a 30-day action plan. And that can be your strategy plan. You just write down different things, or I mean, you can probably Google. You can ask Ashley for hers.
Can we get these slides later?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I can have or I'll send them out.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But yeah, just create an action plan, and then you have a plan to follow, and then it becomes a little bit easier. But yeah, I mean, we did a lot of stuff, you guys. So there was a lot of stuff. Is anybody that has questions right now? Let me open the chat. And I just want to say thank you again for y'all for bearing with me. Ooh. Okay. Sheila says I'm not good with social media. Okay. Yeah. Good.
You just have
Just
to try.
play with it.
Yeah.
Or you know, do some research.
Yes.
I mean, you can look on Google how to do stuff or
YouTube
understand.
videos will show you.
Right? That's what I'm like,
Why can I?
Are posting on YouTube.
There we go. I figured it out. Now I can see y'all.
See what you like and what other people are doing, just to get some ideas.
Yeah, so some of the conversation in the room is looking at other people's profiles and videos and seeing what they're doing. And if you like certain things, you don't have to recreate the wheel. You want it to be authentic to you, but it's a good place to get ideas. And if you cannot come up with ideas, you can feel free to reach out to me and I will come up with some ideas for you. You may not like them, but
that's where I like that action plan, because I
Mhm.
get lost sometimes
Yeah.
in my days.
Yeah.
And
it's like, what do
doesn't
I
really
do?
think,
Right.
right.
I should be doing something.
Mhm.
but I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah. And I'm much better at spouting off all sorts of ideas for other people
Yeah.
to do
But
than
when it's
myself.
Yourself,
So I could sit here just like I've made up random things about. I saw Marist State Bank in the window. That's why I came up with that. So I'm really good at helping with other people, just maybe not necessarily myself. But you know,
content, you're good. Stop.
Yeah.
huh? Oh,
That's in your content, you're good.
thank you. It's
Stop.
just, I mean, it's been 2 years, almost 2 years practicing and just doing it, you know. And I'll be in the office and I will come from downstairs and I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I just made a video. And they're like, oh, good for you. I'm like, just go do it.
Right. And
Just go do
what
it.
kind
It's
of
fine.
percentage do you think, what's your return
On, oh, for me, I would say that's a hard one to answer right now because it's a tough market. I'm 2 years in and I just changed companies. So, but I run into people and they know who I am.
Right.
So, but the whole like return on investment for social media, I couldn't really tell you. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people saying, I see you all over Facebook.
But that's what you want. I mean, you may not necessarily
That's all I've
get.
had to do for the past 5 months.
Yeah. I think that with social media, it's hard sometimes to get a complete return on investment unless you're getting leads from that.
Well, and I was gonna say too, yes, because your friend will see you or their
Mhm.
friend will see you and then they tell their friend
Yeah.
and then they come to you. And I mean, I guess you would probably dig down to see exactly where they come from, but they're not gonna tell you, well, my friend told me
Yeah.
about this video. And
Yeah.
you just-
A lot of it's
you
just
can't-
being top of mind. You're
Yeah.
never going to get good at business if you're not top of mind. I mean, that's just the bottom line is that.
Yeah, you want to be the first person
Yeah.
they think of and call.
Yep. So if you're constantly posting and all your friends are seeing it, because we all know all of our friends are the first ones to engage in it, right? Well, they could be having dinner with another group of friends and being like, man, I wonder what the down payment is for FHA loans. I don't know, because I really want to get an FHA loan because I'm about to buy a house. Oh man, Rebecca just posted this video. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Da, da, da. I mean, it's just stupid instances like that you never know when your videos or your content is going to come into play. So you just don't spend forever on doing it, but do it, stay consistent, and be top of mind.
I think Facebook is really important when you're new to the area.
Yeah,
and you
Facebook
don't
is-
know a lot
yeah.
of people. Just go through the people you may know and start adding.
Okay.
Because I promise you, people will accept your friend request even if they don't know who the hell you are.
Especially.
Well, I look,
Yes.
but I mean, so I'm part of.
Okay, so I want to answer Heidi's question real quick. She said, I really, really want a class on CapCut, a series so we can role play and practice. So I will definitely talk to Michelle. She'll be all for it and she'll probably make me do it. So y'all will get my happy self again. But I have a great trick for doing videos. Find a friend. Or you know what? I mean, it can be your dog. Like if you like to talk to your dog, okay, you make your dog sit or somebody sit, you set up the video and you tell them the story. You tell them the content. So instead of talking to the video and you're like, oh, I'm like, why am I looking at myself? This is weird. I'm talking to myself. Like, it's kind of weird. We're not supposed to talk to ourselves, right? So, yeah. So if you're talking just to a friend or your dog or something like that, like it actually makes it easier and flow and sound better. So it's just like a little trick. But yeah, I will, I'm down for doing a class. Let's see. Carla, would you say we can meet and do math time? Doing videos like learning CapCut, TikTok, long version videos on YouTube. I need to learn more about that too. That's on my goals. I don't organize. Yeah, Carla, I'm about it.
Yes.
Short videos. What is a good length?
I think a minute or two, honestly.
Yeah, I think
People start
that.
to lose focus really fast.
Yeah, I think that just for everyday content, you're gonna want to be, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, maybe a little bit longer than a minute. If you're trying to explain, like if you're doing a neighborhood highlight video, that's gonna be a little longer. You're doing a restaurant review, that should be short, but you're doing a business like review, that's probably longer.
So going to say it would probably depend on the content you're trying to create.
Yeah, I was gonna say it really probably depends on the content. Just like everyday, like top of the head stuff, I would say try to do 30 seconds to a minute. Yeah.
After 20 seconds, if they're not interested, they're scrolling.
Okay, live videos. If you like them, do them.
I don't like
So
that.
I don't. Okay, so I hate live videos for two reasons. So I hate live videos because I feel like it puts more pressure on me and I mess up more in live videos than I do recording a video and posting it. 2, unless you have your phone set up, I hate the way live videos look because a
They
live video,
lag.
you are like this and they lag. All you see is an arm because nobody's propping the phone up to step back and talk about. Yes, that is just like a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why. I don't like where it's just like, hi, da da da, where it needs to be a little more like you're talking to them versus, I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
they're a
Yes.
person, they're with you versus-
I know, that's why I wasn't trying to, but prop it up somewhere.
Yeah.
So that you show your mannerisms. But in the live videos, it's hard to do. You have to like hold the phone. You can't just like hit record, prop it up on a plant, a tree, something. It just looks better when you're able to talk and move. So live videos are like, hey, come see us at this open house. But if you're doing a showcase of something, I would not do a live video. It's my preference, unless you absolutely love them. I hope that answered your question. Everybody has their own take on it, so mine's not right or wrong.
Yeah.
A class, I'd be there. Okay, so it sounds like everybody wants
Yeah.
a class on some social media and some marketing and some tips and tricks and video. And okay, so I'll get with Michelle and see when we can do a class about that. I would say that definitely needs to be an in-person class though.
Yes.
Yes.
That and if Michelle and I have to kind of travel, I know Kyra, you're west. I couldn't think of my directions. You're west. So if it's a situation where, you know, other people in the real estate shop want to do it as well, I can come out there and do it. Yeah. I don't mind if we have to do that. I know there's a lot of us here local we could do centralized, but